Yep. All right. Okay, we're good. So Monty, do you want to do a quick little intro as to why we're here? And then I'm going to like interview style. So Monty doesn't know what I'm throwing her way. And then I can say, if you don't introduce me, I can say who I am, but I'm just going to throw questions your way. They're not going to be hard, I promise. But do you want to do a little intro for us?
For sure. So you obviously know me. You're on my page here, or I invited you to the Zoom. So the whole point of this is I just wanted to share, I've been part of a beta testing for the past month or so, kind of hesitant, in and out, on the fence, but I did a little bit of the work behind the scenes, got it for this new CRM platform to hopefully make business a little easier. Because if you're anything like me, you find that you can talk to people, you can do all the things, but sometimes keeping it organized can get overwhelmed, especially when you still have an entire family to run. You maybe even work full time. My full-time job is to be a stay-at-home mom and just a volunteer crazy lady, which has slowed down, but it's still hard to get out of that mindset. I like to do things myself. I'm learning to delegate better, but this is one of the things that I can delegate or at least set up so that it's making my life easier. So that's what we're going to talk about, is how this is making my business more organized, which is huge for me. I was really struggling with finding a system that worked for me and making it so that I'm giving better customer service to my customers. That was my most important thing. And there's so much more it does, but we'll talk about that. So that's who I am. I'm a business builder, a market builder with Vanschoyck Global. And I've been doing this for over 5 years. I have a lot of customers that I like to serve, and being able to do this now with some things on automation, but in my voice, not somebody else's, and being able to show up as myself, but knowing that some of those tasks that would take hours is really big. This is Kelly. She is also a market partner with Vanschoyck Global and a sideline sister. I didn't even know before we started doing this. And she is a techie gal, like holy cow. She not only that, she can teach anybody how to use these systems like lickety split. So she's just the biggest, like I literally have shivers all over. She's the biggest heart. She's so generous. She never got anything out of this to start with. You know, she just shared with people and helped everybody else along the way, because there's no way I would have come this far or even kept trying with the system without her support. And of course, Anthony, who created the whole thing, but Kelly really showed up for us. So that's huge.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And this
is true.
Well, I love hearing that, but this type of application, it really like it excites and like ignites so much in me, because not only do I enjoy tech stuff, but I also see the potential and what this is going to do for us. So for those of you watching live on Facebook, I do have the stream up on my phone. So if you have any questions, let me know, or let us know and I can read them off. But for me, when we first started this, so I guess let's back up a step. For those of you who don't really know what we're even talking about, just super high level, this is an online platform. It's called a CRM, Client Relationship Manager, online platform where you house all of your prospects, contacts, leads, etc. for your business. Ours is very geared towards direct sales. The one that we're using was built out specifically for Vanschoyck, but this is available for other direct sales companies. Regardless, it is a place to house literally everything and anything you could think about within your individual business. So for me, I came in with this. I love tech. I'm all into tech. I want to learn tech stuff, but then I also came in on the side of being a market partner and still working full time outside of Vanschoyck and saying, I can't do all the things. Like you're saying, Monty, I need to delegate. I can't do all the things. And what is so great about a program like this is it does a lot of the things for me automatically, like not lifting a finger, just letting the system do what it's supposed to do. Now, for those of you watching it, you might be like, yeah, I don't know what you're even talking about, Kelly. There are automations set up in this program that will do things for us. So Monty and I we're gonna do kind of a little question and answer here. Monty doesn't know what I'm throwing at her quite yet. They're gonna be simple. But really, it's hard for me to sit here and say, this is what the program does. This is what it can do for you. This is how it works, because there are so many parts to it. In the beginning, some people are feeling a little bit overwhelmed because there is so much, but it reminds me a lot of when we start a new business in any direct sales company or just in general, there's learning curves in the beginning. If you have a brick and mortar, how do I pay taxes? What does the accountant need from me? It's all these things that we need to answer no matter what when we start something new. So Monty, I want to ask you first off, what was your intrigue to even jump into the beta? So just quick before you answer that though, you guys, beta is when a program is built out, we believe it's ready for market, but we know people need to test it first before we say it's ready for market. So Monty and I were part of beta. So Monty, what was your intrigue to get into the beta part of it?
So easy. I needed a system that was going to work because I was trying so many different things, and I tried different texting programs to try and put stuff out there. There was a learning curve with those. Maybe I would start and I'd be like, okay, I don't know how to do all this. Do I really want to invest the time into figuring it out? And then of course, there's always a cost component with all of those things. And if you want to text people, email people, even if you just want to have a way to capture people and organize them, I was just using random things for free, which is great when you can find things for free. But I was using, I'm not kidding, 4 or 5 different apps and programs to try to prepare social media content, schedule social media content, which I still need to get better at, to try and organize new leads and people that I was meeting and talking to. I would put them in my phone in a totally different program, or I just have them on social media saved somewhere. Like they were just, everything I was doing was all over the place. And I had this massive list, and I'm a list person. I love lists, but I had this list of all these different places I had to go every single day to try and do my business stuff. And for me, it always felt cluttered and messy. And so I'd never found a simple way of running my business that I could tell someone else, do this. It won't stress you out. It'll be easy, because I found my lack of organization, or the organization that I had to that point, to still be kind of stressful and a little bit scatterbrained. And I don't operate that way. I was a math teacher. Okay. What do I know? What do I need to know? And how do I find out? Like everything is simple steps. Like there is a way to solve everything. And I just found that I hadn't found the way for me.
Yep. And you're bang on there, because I think, well, everybody's busy. No matter what, you work full time, you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever your life looks like, we are all busy. And I think for a lot of people, the complaints were, I have 100 different platforms that I log into to do the different parts of my business. That within itself is overwhelming. Think of all the dang passwords, how long it takes to remember your password. You got to reset password because you can't get in here, but it's very time consuming to have our pieces of our business in all different places. And what's so great, when I think of my personal business, I think of the pain points that I had, and that the program, we call it an app, you guys, but it's online. The app will actually fulfill those pain points I had. So you kind of did talk about it, but let's kind of go into a little deeper. So previous to the app, what was your biggest pain point in your business, do you think? The biggest
organization. 100% organization. Yeah.
Okay. And how does the app help you then? Like what part of the app do you think is the best for getting you organized?
Every single thing I do, other than checking my actual business back office, is in that app. Every single thing I do, every person I talk to, every email, every text message, every social media direct message, all filters in to one place, and it's one app on my phone, and I can find them all on there. Like I don't have to go all over the place to talk to people. It's in one place. Like to have your business, it's like I have chills. Like it's like having an office, and we work from our phones, and that's amazing. But think about it. When you work from your phone and you're on all these different apps all over the place, it's like having this big, huge office warehouse with all these different rooms, and you got to run to each room to service each thing. Well, now I just can sit in one place. It's all in one place. It soothes me. It calms me, because I don't have to go searching for where I'm talking. Oh, where did I meet that person? Where was I talking to them? It's all in one place.
I love
and if social media goes down, everybody that I import into there, I have a cellular number for, or an email, and I can connect with them that way. So, because that happened this past year.
Yep.
So those are that's what I love, off the cuff.
Yeah. And for me, my biggest pain point, because mine's actually different than yours. So for the people watching live, I am looking at comments on my phone. So if you have any comments, just feel free to put them into or questions, sorry, feel free to put them into the comments. So for me, my biggest pain point was for those people in Monday, you should be able to relate to this. I despise, and I know I had to, but I despised running my Flagship reports and my birthday reports.
Mm.
So Flagship reports were like, for those not in Monday, we run those to say, these are the people with orders coming up this month. And then we send reminders, or we should be sending reminders saying, hey, just an FYI, don't forget, either change your contents or push date, whatever. Birthday reports, our VIPs get a coupon from Monday that they get to use in their birthday month. So we run reports, and then we're sending messages to those people saying, hey, either your Flagship's coming up or you have this birthday coupon, let me know if you want to use it. And it didn't take me a long time, but it was so annoying and tedious to do. The system does it for me now. I don't got to do any of that.
I know. And when you pulled those reports, you had to remember, oh, where do I communicate with this customer? So you pulled a report, and I literally would have to print it off because too many pages open on my computer is like having too many things going on in my brain. So I would print it off and highlight the people, and then I'd go and, do I text this person? Do I messenger with this person? I'd have to remember. Well, when you go into the app, it's all there. It's however you communicate with them is going to be how you communicate with them. You don't have to remember or go, okay, do I have to go to Facebook Messenger to find them? Or do I have to go into Instagram and then into my direct messages? But this is real. So, I mean, that wasn't a huge pain point for me. I just thought it was part of the business and doing it. But like, I had 7 flex order reminders go out this morning. And not only that, but what's so cool is it's what I would say. It comes set up free if you want it, but I got to go in there and write exactly what I would write, because I don't say, hello, customer, friend, you have an order coming or whatever. Like, I'm like, hey, you've got your goodies coming up. Like, that's how I talk. So It sounds like me. All the links are in there for them. And I even added a few extra things in there that I may or may not normally send. But the really awesome thing is when they reply and go, oh, shoot, yeah, thanks. What do you recommend? Because I do this with my customers, I can answer them back. I don't have to go into another platform or another program, or I just answer them back right in there. Yep. So that's a huge one. And I think I probably spent a good 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours a week doing flagships and birthdays.
Because so taking 4 hours a month, really.
I had to, like, I would do power hour, and it would take me, like, people were like, okay, you have 5 minutes, check with your VIPs. I'm like, that's not enough time. My business is predominantly VIP based. So, and almost all of my VIPs still have scheduled flagship orders because they love that I connect with them. To me, I'm like, okay, it might be selfish, but I get to connect with you with this program. You don't have to order anything, but we're going to be communicating all the time, and it reminds me. So I love that it does this for me. It saves me a lot of time. More than anything, I'm not thinking about it. It's like when you're in school and you're studying all the time and you just always have this heaviness at the back of your head. I can let it go.
Yep.
Like, I can let it go. I know it's being dealt with. And I can go in, and even today, like, I went in and looked, and I just hit flex, and it shows me all the people that received that report. And if I'm thinking, okay, I told that person I'm going to tell them something extra, I can go in there and I can take notes in there. I can open it up and go, oh yeah, last time I talked to that person, they wanted to know about the next skincare sale, which, by the way, is today. So
a little plug.
Right. But it's those types of things. Like, it just, this alone is worth it for me. And you don't even have to have the whole program to do this. This happens at, like, I don't know, whatever. You'll tell a bit more about the tiers and stuff, about different subscriptions. But I'm with you on that. Like, it's all the customer service is what I've really focused on, because this system does way too much for a person to take in all at once. No, it really does. So
I agree.
For me, I broke it down. I had to break it down, and this is what was going to help me the most. And now that this is being taken care of, I can put more effort into the other part and the lead generation, all that. So,
yeah. Well, so the tiers, I won't forget about that, but you mentioned the word lead generation, which I believe for me is my favorite part, because I live on a farm outside of a town of 1,000 people. Like, for me to network is a little different than if someone lives for our fellow Canadians, in Toronto or in Vancouver. Like, my ability to network is very different. It looks very different. So for me, lead generation was something that really intrigued me when I started learning about the program. So I think now, and I was giggling with Toni the other day that I said, do you remember the days where we would go to a trade show and you'd have your little jar? Okay, well, this is my cup, but you'd have your little jar and say, enter your name for a free something. And then you would go home and you would like, it was a pain in the butt. It was great because it was leads, but it was a pain in the butt. So this application allows you to bring leads into your program through many different avenues. So I'm going to give you an example of one of my favorites that I currently actually have set up. So I have a friend who owns a health food store, and I asked her if I could hang up a QR code. So for those of you who maybe don't know what that is, it's kind of one of these funky looking things that when you scan it, it brings up something, a website, whatever it brings up, you can connect this to something. Don't worry about the details so much, but I have a poster hanging up at her health food store that says scan for a free $20 gift card to, and then her store. So what people do is they scan that, they fill in their information, and then I send them some text. I don't send, my system sends, but I send them some text saying, hey, you're shopping at this store because you pay attention to products, ingredients likely. And then I just send them some information on Monat products. They're now in my system. They've now received information about Monat, and I've literally done nothing. I've done nothing other than creating the QR code and setting up the background stuff. The program does it automatically for me. So the automations is essentially messages that are set up in the background that start sending based on some criteria being met. Again, don't worry so much about that. But my favorite thing is the lead generation, the things that we can do to get leads that we would have never got otherwise. So I have girlfriends in Australia. I could get them doing something like this and passing out a QR code that could get them into my system. Tell me what other way I can get leads in Australia other than literally getting on an airplane and going to Australia. Mm-hmm. So this is a way for us to get leads in unique ways that I don't want to say was not possible before, but was a lot more complicated before. So for you, I imagine lead generation is a huge piece of this that you're loving too.
Oh yeah, I haven't put it into play as much as I need to, but the little bit that I have is definitely starting to show some results, because it's all about taking care of the busy work so you can do the real work and connect with people and find out how you can serve them. That's what it's all about. And filtering who is open to listening, because some people aren't open to listening at this point in their life. They're not looking for anything. And that's totally cool. You can just love on them or whatever. And I just love, there's so many things. It's so hard to break it down, because at every level, there's something different, but even at the lowest level, you have the link in bio, which is there. And lots of people pay for those so they can customize them. Well, this is already there and you can link it to anything. Like I haven't added everything that I do. I have a podcast. I'm going to add that to my link in bio.
Fun.
Oh, and you know what? You like my podcast.
I'm in.
Yeah. It's all just good vibes, babe. So, and I know you're into stuff and you have charity stuff that you put in there. And so it's not limited to this business, but it's just a way to, you hear so often in social selling about branding yourself. This is how you truly brand yourself. And because it's making you stop and look and create a little bit of that bio for you, it's like Todd Duncan says, right? And we hear so often places, it's all about building those relationships and sharing who you are so you can connect with the people who are like you, because those are the people that are going to have those rich, the higher quality relationships that you can build. And whether it's for your business or not, like it just all around makes for a better life and for a better you. And then you get to go and share that with the world, which is the whole premise of everything that we do, right? Just to be that light. So it's just so many things.
It's so interesting because I try to sit and explain it. And then I'm like, man, I feel like I'm being confusing because there's just so many facets of what this can do. But I would say another really important thing for me was getting our personalities into the systems. So let me just quickly explain what that is. So we have the choice to customize colors and like Monty said at the beginning, the verbiage that we use. I'm silly, I'm goofy, I'm outgoing. You better bet that that's how my messages are in the system. So I made them sound like what Monty's saying, like me. So my personalities and my messaging, but as well as we can customize. So there's pages that come with the And I'll talk about the tiers in a second, but with the middle and the larger tier, there's pages that come with it. So there's the ability to do bookings. There's the ability to do hair quizzes and skin quizzes and wellness. Like there's too much to explain until you see it, but regardless, you can customize colors on there. So that's also my personality. You could put colors on there that express your brand, your personality, etc. So it's literally anything you can think of can be pretty much added into this for you and your business. So the tiers, what the tiers look like. So originally when we came into beta, there was one option. There was,
I can share a screen here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck, if you got it open, let's do it.
Okay. Let's see if I can get to there.
Okay. Yep, well, as you're doing that, I'll just explain then. So when we started beta, we had one tier and we realized that maybe that larger tier that we were in beta for was maybe a little bit too much for people. It was maybe a little too many pieces, too complex, and people needed to kind of start out a little bit, let's say, slower or simpler. So we ended up creating an additional 2 tiers. So we have 3 tiers total. And each tier has so the first tier has certain things, and then the other tiers build on to that to make sure that when you get to the largest tier, you're getting all the goodies. But if you are feeling too overwhelmed with all the things that come with that big tier, you can start in one of those other 2. So Monty, do you want me to send you the link, or do you got it?
I have it, and I have it up. I'm just being mindful of when I get to certain places that I might need to minimize some stuff. So
Yep.
So just give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Is it sharing now?
Yep. Yeah, okay. I see the video.
Oh, we don't want that. Sorry, guys. So this is all built in if you want that, but I'm just going to scroll down. Sorry if it seems really fast, but I know where these are at the very bottom. So like, these are all the things that it does. And I used to use some of these things. I never opted in for the email and all that stuff, because honestly, I just couldn't make it. I just couldn't rationalize the cost.
And being in 1,000 places. Do you want to zoom out a little bit more, just so I can't quite see all 3 of them?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just slow.
There, you're perfect. You're perfect. There. Okay. So these are the 3 tiers available. So again, the system we're using is specific to Monate. So the one we've built out is for Monate, but there is an option for non-Monate users to use the program as well. So if you're not Monate, that's okay. If you are Monate, this is like set up perfectly for you, like to a T.
Didn't Anthony say, like, seriously, when you enter in on either of the first 2 tiers, like you're 15, maybe 20 minutes to get yourself set up and running? Yeah. So cool.
It's quite simple to get set up. So again, when we were in beta, it was a little bit more, we were learning a lot, but I actually created a new training module. So there's new training videos that will be available right away. And there's small snippets of how to help you get set up. So promise, setup is easy. So the 3 tiers here. So the first tier, Maintain My Business. This is really the texting platform, if you will. So you get a flash sale template, which allows you to put in flash sale information and text out the landing page. You get the link in bio. I know, me too. You get the link in bio that Monty mentioned. You get access to build out your own workflows. You don't get them. You get the email builder, the social media posting platform, and we do, this says live weekly. You know what? We should probably change that to daily, because we do the Monday to Friday trainings.
Yeah, there are daily trainings.
Yeah. So I should probably get that updated. So then the next tier is the first tier plus even more. So the next tier is, we call it the email parser tier. So essentially an email reader. So this is where Monty and I were talking about the flagship reminders and the birthday texts going out. We connect up our emails and the system to talk to each other. We only forward Monate emails, but we set them up to talk to each other. And then the system does automatic messaging based on emails that have received into the system.
And so I'm going to interrupt you, because I'm so excited with that email thing. Not only does it detect when your customer has a flagship schedule, it reads it, and it when you send the message to them, you can choose if you want them to receive a text or an email. You get to pick that, set that up yourself from you, but it even sends them what's in the order. So I know they get that from money, but how many customers turn that off, turn off their emails, period. So it does it all for you.
Even today, I love that you brought that up, because a VIP messaged me back today and said, hey, can you replace the mousse with the Super Nourish conditioner? She knew based on the text, oh shoot, I don't need that, I need this. She didn't have to go into her back office. She didn't have to ask me what was in it. It was there. Like,
yeah, seriously, like I keep getting chills, because this is how you serve people better. Yes. Like, this is better customer service and I didn't have to do anything. I woke up and it was already done.
And I feel like I keep using the word it's magic because it's like, it's so incredible
Yeah, I
that
love it.
all of these things are happening automatically without me having to do anything.
Yeah.
So the Grow My Business, again, it's the email parser, the email reader, plus the spin to win, which is another just really great way to get people into the system. We're going to have a reporting platform that allows you to compare yourself. So your own individual statistics to other people that use the platform. So we can see, for example, how many new leads I got this month in the system. I got 37, someone else got 59. Okay, I'm doing good, but I can do better. So we'll have a reporting platform. And then the big one is like the meat and potatoes. It's like the massive, the everything. It's all the goodness we've already talked about. Plus you get, I'm just kind of guessing, but there's like 10 to 15 actual website pages you get. You get all these workflows that we've been talking about set up for you. You get something called rollover chat, which is super cool. Essentially a live person responding to your messages. If you don't in a certain period of time, you get social media graphics of it. Like, honestly, I remember when we first started with this Monty and beta, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of money per month, because I didn't understand what it would do. I thought it was essentially what the $4.99 package is. I thought that's what the 187 was. And I'm like, I don't want that. Then I started using it and I was like, holy crow, this is incredible. Like the power that I now have in my hands. I've been for those people within Monty, like my business has been a little bit stagnant for a while. I'm an OG. I've been around Monty like you for a long time, and my business has been stagnant, and I've not figured out what I need to do differently, how I can change that. And now I'm like, this big old thing is flashing in my face. Like, Kelly, this is what you need. This is what's going to change things for you. And I do believe that 100%. This is what I needed.
Yeah, what I found was it's not that my business was stagnant, but my business has often been a bit of a roller coaster because I'll sit down, I'll go hard, and then you get burnt out because especially when you're providing a lot of customer service, it's hard to also prospect. And I still have other commitments in my life. So I was having a difficult time balancing I would kind of do one or the other. Well, now I can still show up for my customers even better than I used to before. And I don't even have to do it. I do it. Like I set it up. It's me. Yep. I took a little bit of time and altered some of the conversations and how they would look, but it initiates that conversation for me. Even my new VIPs, they are flipping loving this. So when we were in Vegas, they trained us on like 6 steps in the first 30 days, how to help your VIPs. Well, guess what? That workflow is in here. It's included. Those 6 steps that they told us to do with reaching out are in here. It is timed. As soon as you get a new VIP, you tag them, new VIP.
And the system tags them. The system tags them.
The system tags them. And then they instantly get, as long as they're in your system. So you got to make sure, like if this is a new person, not in your CRM, you have to make sure they're in there first. Because one person missed it because they weren't in it. And Anthony's like, well, they weren't in your CRM. You found them somewhere else. It was a follow-up from a long time ago before I was using the system. So this one person, but they got an email welcoming them just like I normally would. Sent them a text message a couple days later. I sent them a little thing about rejuvenating oil, how to use it, and like how to do a scalp treatment and the benefits of it. And like every few days, all the way up to 35 days out. So it asks them to capture a picture. There's a spot where it uploads their photo in here and saves it for you under their contact info. So you have their before and after of 30 days. Like it's all built in and you get that. You don't even have to create it. You can, you can edit it to sound like you, but it's already there. So for me, I see a steady business, not a business that goes like this, because I'm not picking on what I'm going to spend my time on. And then of course the lead generation is mind blowing that I have barely even started to I can't even smell it yet on that scratch and sniff. If you're from like the 80s, like me, and you're sniffing that sticker, you can't even smell it yet because I've barely touched it. Whereas like all the other back end stuff we've been talking about, that has changed the way I'm doing my business. I feel so much more confident. And I love that I can share this even with brand new people once they get a few customers. Once we've done their launch, build their first neighborhood, their first block of people, and they've got customers, I can help them with this. And it also will help them to reach out, but it's just super cool that way. I know there was something else I wanted to say and I can't remember what it is, but just unbelievable. And I love that it's made me figure out who I am. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. In Miami. So here again, my business up and down, right? Like, so I manage Miami. So it's in Miami, and Todd Duncan's whole thing is, are you in the shampoo business, or are you a woman in business sharing products that you love, sharing a life-changing opportunity? And I have always been just in the business, not a business owner. So this is what makes me think I am a businesswoman.
Yep. Yep. Well, yeah, because you wouldn't have this otherwise. You wouldn't see this as a business and something you need to invest in.
No.
So that makes sense.
I'm a business owner. I have a business that I need to run, and I need to use resources that are going to help me get to the next level. And I'm so curious to find out what this level up is that he's now added some extra step of something that he teased us with. Level up, and I don't know.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that until you actually try it, I think doesn't fully make sense. So I guess the last thing that we can leave everyone with that's watching this is the Explode My Business. There is a 30-day trial for $30. So you can come in and you can try the program for 30 days and that's American. Sorry, I guess I better say that's American because probably lots of Canadians watching this, but $187 is the price after your 30-day trial. So 30 days for $30, you can try the program, see what it can do for you. I know you're not going to get a full picture yet in that period of time, in those 30 days, but you'll really get to understand all the different pieces, and it will make a lot more sense. It will make a lot more sense once you're in there. So I do recommend doing the 30-day trial, trying out that big package for the $30 and seeing what it can do for you. Because Monty, you talked about the VIP onboarding, and that was something that I forgot about. I knew it was there, but it's literally, you don't even have to be at your computer desk and you've already onboarded your VIP.
And like this past month, I'm onboarding new MPs, and I'm like, oh, I don't have the new MP. And I know we worked on a new MP flow, and it would have been so nice because it would have scheduled, she could have gone in and scheduled her live instead of us talking back and forth like 4 or 5 times to figure out when is the best time to do your launch party live, because she's in Quebec. One person anyways, one person's in Quebec. So like it literally was like really back and forth. We had to figure out how we're going to do it online. Do we use Zoom? Do we like all these things that we had to figure out? I'm just like, and now today I learned how to actually stream Zoom into Facebook. So I could have done both.
That's okay. We're all learning.
So, there's always a learning curve. I never had the need to do this, but now I am a woman in business and I need to know these things. So
I love that. Well, and oh my gosh, that's why
that MP flow is insane, because it tells you all the steps and it sends out the message. And it's not that you're not doing it, because you see the messages going out. You can still have conversations with them, but you don't have to remember, oh, who's this person? Do I have them in a workflow somewhere? Or if you use spreadsheets or whatever, you don't have to have those notes and those books all over the place. Once you enter them in the system, it all just happens, but you can go check on them and see where they're at in the system too. Like it actually, wonder if I can show that. Let me show that really quick.
The opportunity.
Okay? So if I go, I'm just going to go in my workflow to my new customer. So these, like all these things are in here, guys.
Yep.
So new customer. So this is what the workflow looks like. And guess what? Look, there's somebody right there at 5 days. And at 5 days, okay, so if you can see that, then it's going to send them this message after 5 days. Just say, I'm just checking in to see if you've gotten your package. It should be coming soon. Let me know when it comes, right? So like all the way through. And then I love this one at 14 days. Let's see, where do I have it?
Oh, you'll have to click the SMS. You just click the wait time.
Oh, I clicked the wait time. Thank you.
Yeah.
So then I have this in here, and there's actually an attachment, and it's a picture of somebody washing their hair, and I can't see it because my actual photos are in the way. Just a second. Like our faces. So just excited. How are you enjoying it? Like it's me. That's what I would do to reach out to them. So how flipping cool is that? And it goes to them automatically. It's already set up for me. And then I just get to have that conversation with them and provide that customer service after. And there's a little photo in there, and it sends them a little private text message, and it's for me.
So amazing.
And I don't have to say who it's to, because there's all these really cool custom values. Like I didn't know what custom values were for, and I'm sure you won't either, but the system's so flippin' simple to use. Like
I know. And people,
yeah,
I feel like some people in beta said it was confusing, and
it was.
It's just because we were trying to figure it out. Betas are always complex. They're always a little bit frustrating because it's a beta, which means there's going to be problems to fix. So we've made so many changes in the background. We've simplified a ton of things. It's a lot more user friendly to use. Not that it wasn't originally. It's just if you didn't have a techie brain, it was a little bit much in the beginning. So
there's a lot.
These automatic things. And I think the last thing we'll leave everyone with, because I think we're stealing a lot more time with people than we thought, but we're both so damn excited that it's
I'm so sorry. I didn't think it would take us this long to share.
Oh my gosh, that's totally fine. I think I feel like I say everything's my favorite, but you mentioned about the onboarding of market partners and that they can book their welcome call with you. They can also book their, what we're calling business debut. So like their launch party. But if they are not, so the system sends them a message and says, hey, book this. Here's my calendar. Cause we have calendars in there. Go book this. But if they don't book it, I'm not chasing them. My dang system is chasing them saying, hey, Susie didn't book her welcome call. So we're going to send them a message. I'm not chasing anyone anymore.
You don't even have to remember the message. It automatically sends it out. There's a wait time, a natural wait time that everybody collaborated together to do. Like we sat down and had mastermind groups and said, okay, what's a reasonable amount of time for most people to wait before you check in with them again? So this is like, there's a lot of research, science studying, like, but actual input, like it's not just willy-nilly, like random stuff that was just thrown in here. This is all set up as how you would actually run your business. And if you had like, I don't know, a whole wall full of calendars with people's names on it, filling them in where you should connect with them. Cause that's literally where I was about to go. Like I literally was about to start going, okay, I can't remember all this stuff and all these different apps I'm using aren't working. Maybe I need to just have it physical, written down and put it up and have it all posted. Gosh. No, but really, because that's kind of where my brain was at and I wasn't able to, that's where I struggled most. I can talk to people. I can share the business, but I felt like I was struggling to manage the people I had and serve them well. So how could I possibly add more people? How could I serve more people?
Without adding a VA, which is a virtual assistant. This now means
expensive. And I wasn't in a place that was, affordable or like it made any sense. I was stuck. Like I had hit my maximum for my growth in terms of my ability to organize my business.
Then you're one person. Now you're like 1,000 people because the system is.
Oh, there's a nice big spider right over there. Nice.
Rose, you have a ton of hands in your business now. You get to do all the productive work. You get to do all the front facing, making
all the fun stuff.
Exactly. You don't have to do the admin kind of stuff. The system does it for us. So any questions, you guys? I didn't see any comments come through on my phone, but any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. Again, this program we talked about is specific to Mon8 market partners, but there is the ability for people outside of Mon8 to get the program as well. But a lot of this has been built out for Mon8, but we can give you kind of a basic program. We do daily Q&As where you can come, you can ask questions once you start using the program. Do you want to maybe, Monty, throw the URL for where it shows the 3 tiers into just the comments after, just so people can click on.
I will do that. And if anybody wants more information or they want to see more in my back office, I'm happy to share. I just didn't want to share anywhere where anyone's private information, like their phone numbers and stuff might pop up. That was my biggest concern because I have my customers' confidentiality has to stay, like I can't post it live on public Facebook.
Fair enough.
Like,
Fair enough.
But if anybody wants to see more, let me know. And I'll put that little link down in there so that you can have a look at it and look around on the site. But honestly, if you really want to see what the nitty gritty is and what we're talking about and why I'm loving it so much and how it's helping with my customers, I'm happy to share with anybody what's going on behind the scenes and what my app looks like and the conversations that are happening. Like it blows up.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
We've talked about that before and just so many great things, but we won't keep talking because
we could go for 6 hours, you guys.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
for sure. Because I just love it so much. And you know what? I have a little extra time now.
See, now you can go do things you want to be doing. We love our businesses, you guys. Don't get us wrong, but there are a lot of things that can be made automatic that we don't need to be doing, and the system does those things for us now. So,
yeah, so that you can provide better customer service and not worry about, oh shoot, did I forget to help that person with that? Or no, it's all in there, and the conversations are all in one place. I don't have to look all over the place for them.
It's amazing. My brain feels so much better. So, well, thank you for meeting with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And for all of your help over the last 2 months. Oh my gosh.
My pleasure. My pleasure. We'll talk to you later. Okay. Take care. Bye.